Hi guys. During this long holiday, I traveled from Sydney to the Middle East, and a couple of days ago I came back to Sydney. So now I'm in Sydney. I'm suffering from jet lag. Do you know what's the meaning of the jet lag? Yes, it's a kind of temporary sleep disorder. When you are traveling in multiple time zone in a short time, this sleep disorder, temporary sleep disorder occurs, which is known as the jet lag. So it can affect your body's internal clock or sleep-wake cycle. So where is your body's internal clock? It's in your brain. So in this video, I'm going to show you the internal clock in your brain. And the other question is that which parts of the brain will be affected and what is the symptoms of the jet lag. So the symptoms, one of the most famous symptoms is sleep disorder that I'm suffering these days. The other one would be fatigue. So most of the time you are exhausted, you are so tired. And the third one could be, it can affect your attention, your cognitive function, your memory, your problem solving. It's known as the cognitive function. And it can also affect your digestive system. So you'll have some digestion or digestive issues. I'm going to show you here the brain. This is the brain model. You can see the brain model from the medial view. So at the top you can see the cerebrum, and down here we have brain stem. At the back you can see the cerebellum. Just in the middle at the top here we have the fornix. Between the fornix and midbrain we have this oval shape. It's known as the thalamus. Anterior-inferiorly, this triangular shape is called the hypothalamus. At the back of the thalamus here we have epithalamus. The most important parts of the epithalamus is called the pineal gland or epiphyseal gland. So this is pineal gland or epiphyseal gland. If you look at to the brain from the inferior view, here we have a nerve. It's known as the optic nerve. Optic nerve is a cranial nerve too, which is coming from your eyeball, retina, and right and left optic nerve crossing each other, and they make optic chiasm. So this is the optic chiasm, which is immediately inferior to the hypothalamus. This is the hypothalamus. Here is the optic chiasm. Just above the optic chiasm here into the hypothalamus, there is a nucleus. It's called suprachiasmatic nucleus. Supra means above. Above the chiasm we have suprachiasmatic nucleus, or SCN, suprachiasmatic nucleus, or SCN. Your body's internal clock is SCN, suprachiasmatic nucleus, which is here into the hypothalamus. So during the day, it receives the signals from the eyeball through the optic nerve and through the optic chiasm, and it sends the signals to the pineal gland. When it sends the signals to the pineal gland, it inhibits the pineal gland or epiphyseal gland to produce and release the melatonin. So during the day, we don't have any melatonin. It's a hormone. It's an important hormone which regulates your sleep-wake cycle. But in the evening, when the light is decreases, so it cannot send the signals to the pineal gland. So for example, at night, we don't have any light. It cannot send any signals. It means that pineal gland now during the night, it can start to produce and release melatonin. So melatonin during the night, it will be released, and it can affect different parts of the brain and brain stem. For example, it can affect the reticular formation into your brain stem, which is releasing the serotonin. Serotonin is a neurotransmitter. It can in turn affect your brain. So during the night, serotonin stimulates your brain, and so it can stimulate your sleeping, so you can understand that it's time to go to the bed. It can also affect other hormones, other neurotransmitters, cortisol, thyroid hormone. So melatonin is really, really important hormone. And that's why the other name of the pineal gland or epiphyseal gland is the third eye. Third eye, pineal gland or epiphyseal gland. When you're getting older and older during the night, your pineal gland cannot work very well. So it cannot produce and release the enough melatonin. That's why elderly people are suffering from insomnia, difficulties in sleeping. So just as a wrap up, during the jet lag, what will happen for you? So when you're traveling in multiple time zones, SCN, your body's internal clock, suprachiasmatic nucleus in hypothalamus, get confused because the day and night will change, switched, so it gets confused. It does not know when it could send the signal to the pineal gland. That's why your sleep will be disrupted. So melatonin cannot release. The pattern of the releasing of melatonin will be disrupted. That's why you will suffer from jet lag. You will get insomnia, you'll be exhausted or fatigued. You'll suffer from your the cognitive function will be affected negatively. So it can affect your memory, attention, problem solving. So it can also affect your digestion because it has a negative impact on your thyroid gland or other hormones. Yes, that's important. The eye, optic nerve, optic chiasm, suprachiasmatic nucleus or SCN in hypothalamus, and finally pineal gland or epiphyseal gland. Thank you for your attention.